Storks finally answers the question, where do babies come from? Which, of course, we all know is from a giant machine with conveyor belts on it on Stork Mountain. Junior likes to say always deliver a lot. He's a very overachieving stork on Stork Mountain. He's got his eyes on the prize. He wants to sort of move up the chain of command. At the beginning of the movie, Junior is primed for a big promotion, and basically the only thing he has to do sort of to secure it is to get rid of orphan Tulip, who's been sort of wreaking havoc. She's a bit of a klutz, doesn't really fit in on Stork Mountain. And when he goes to do that, by a pretty zany sequence of events, they end up accidentally turning on the baby making machine and making a baby. One of the great things about Storks is the emotion of the story is really real and something I feel like families can really connect with. You know, there's the sort of subplot of the movie is this family that is, you know, hoping to bring another baby into the family, and they have one child who really wants a younger sibling, and there's a sort of family dynamic to that that's really sweet but also pretty real, and I think resonates on an emotional level. And at the same time, it's jam-packed with jokes. It's like, you know, post-SpongeBob generation, fast, funny, you know, a lot of jokes that kids and adults like, kind of the dream of what you want happening in an animated movie. Yeah, I've done a lot of voiceover where I never see the other actors. This was a case where I think it was very important to Stoller that the actors be together whenever possible. And almost all of my scenes are with Katie. And I met her for the first time on this project, but she's fantastic. She's done a ton of voiceover work, so she's really, really seasoned at it and very, very quick at improvising and has such a specific, perfect voice for Orphan Tulip. So yeah, we had a great time. We've probably logged like 8 million hours at this point. Just sort of joking around and goofing around, and Nick really responded to a lot of that stuff, which was awesome, and that encouraged us to do it even more, and we probably stretched the sessions a little longer than we needed to, which is a good sign. It means you're having fun. Jordan and Keegan are arguably two of the most brilliant comics out there, and at improv especially, and especially with each other, they just ping pong off each other so fast and so well. It was fun to just sort of like drop into the tube with them and be like, whoa, this is what it feels like to be inside of a Key and Peele sketch, and it moves fast. The Wolfpack is almost like an ant farm. Like they're almost an ant colony, how much they work together and in unison, and the visual gags of that are really, really funny. But then at the head of that, you have Key and Peele, who are funny in their own way, and, you know, part of the joke is how scary wolves should be, but then they're so enamored of the baby that they get kind of swept up in it too. There's a lot of like overt love for babies in this movie and how adorable babies are and how disarming they are, and I think, you know, obviously most people relate to that. We had a session or two with Kelsey as well, which was thrilling. In fact, there were a few moments when he does sort of his vocal warm-ups and stuff where he would sort of casually drop into Sideshow Bob, and you see everyone in the room's ears just be like, Sideshow Bob. It's like, you know, suddenly you're in the room with one of your favorite characters from growing up and that kind of stuff. So he is obviously hugely talented and has been doing it a long time. So it was cool to watch him work and get to be anywhere near it. Tulip is kind of the opposite of Junior personality-wise. She's very carefree and sloppy, and he's very, you know, plays it very regimented, and everything's about efficiency and ambition, and she's much more a feeling sort of person. And when they collide, it definitely is a bit of an odd couple, and that sort of spins him out, and obviously over the course of spending time together, they sort of rub off on one another a little bit. Yeah, Pigeon Toadie's just like kind of a little jerk. He's very conniving, He's not like quite a villain because he's still part of the stork community, even though he's a pigeon. But you know, he's definitely a little slippery. He's got almost like a Gollum kind of a vibe. He keeps showing up. He's relentless, but he also has just a weird voice that's fun to listen to.